Hi guys, welcome back. I'm Joy. I own Joy Michelle Photography, and today we're going to be talking about getting published and featured as a photographer. So tip number one for getting your work published is to do your research on blog publications and magazine subscriptions. So you need to know what these editors are looking for and what kind of work they tend to feature. So you may start to notice patterns that your work would fit really well on a certain blog, or this magazine looks a lot like work that you do. So you want to find one that fits stylistically into your genre of work. That way you're not wasting your time submitting to everybody where they might not be interested in darker moody images or lighter airy images. Tip number two is to know and read all of the submission publication rules before you submit and abide by all of them. So every single blog or magazine will have publication guidelines. So they'll have requirements on their blogs, and they will tell you how big they want the images, whether or not they like to see collages, watermarks, certain things, and they'll be very, very clear. And this is one area that you do not want to skip or be lazy about in any way. Editors and publishers do not want to have 5 more steps in order to make your images fit into their blog. They have so many submissions to begin with that you want to make sure that you don't get passed over for such a simple and avoidable reason like a submission guideline requirement. So read those guidelines and take them seriously. The third tip I have for you today is to shoot with getting featured in mind. Now, the big part to remember with features is 70-80% of a feature is detail shots. So your detail shots need to be top notch, and maybe that means you give yourself an extra few minutes at your next wedding. You arrive a little bit early, or you practice styling at home, or you bring some styling aids to the wedding. So like ribbons, vintage stamps, a special hanger, that kind of thing. I bring a styling kit, and I also arrive early to every wedding so that I know that I can get these detail shots no matter how crazy the wedding day is, because I know that these detail shots are super important and necessary if I'm going to get featured. So make sure that you keep those detail shots in mind. All right, so the next tip that I have for you guys is to build genuine vendor relationships. Now, if you can curate your submission and send an email to an editor using their first name and putting some really genuine comments inside of that email so that it doesn't look like a template email that you sent to 50 other blogs, I really believe that this helps make your submission stand out from the rest. Honestly, many times, even when I haven't been accepted by a blog, the editor will write me back because they know I'm a real person, and they'll explain to me why the publication passed on a submission, and they can tell me what they did like and what they didn't, and that gives me so much insight as to what to do next time. So be a real person, treat these editors and these bloggers like real people, and be personal with them and build those relationships. I would not have gotten this magazine cover or any photos inside of this magazine if I didn't reach out to the editor and talk to this person and say, what can I do for your publication? I know you're working on this magazine. So really be tenacious and get after it, but also be personable and realize that these are people behind desks just like you. And when you send an email, don't write to whom it may concern. Write to editor so-and-so. Really do the research. Go on LinkedIn, go on the website. You can find these people's first names and figure out who is going to be receiving your submission, and it really makes you stand out from the rest of the crowd. So 2 little bonus tips or thoughts that I want to leave you with is number 1, features and blogs are a little bit like fashion in that they're always kind of thinking a season ahead. So if you have maybe a winter wedding that you're hoping to get featured, you want to make sure that you submit that probably in the fall so that they have time to get it on their submission calendar and their feature calendar by the time it really is the winter. So submissions do take a fair bit of time, and I do spend a lot of time curating submissions, but I really think of this as an investment into the marketing of my business to have all of these links and magazines linking back to my work and attributing the work to me. It really has grown my business and helped me take my business to the next level. So now it's time for you to go submit your work. To help you out, I actually created a submission checklist for you. You can grab it for free down below in the information section, and it's just a tool to help you keep track of all the different submissions, when you can expect to hear back from publications, and make sure that you don't forget any of the little details in between. So be sure to grab that, give this video a like, be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.